Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be having a look at EarthsideIO. Now, this is one of the top performing bots of 2021 if you're in the EU, and today we are going to be going over the whole bot. I'm going to be showing you how to use it, who should buy it, when should you buy it, and just generally, is it the right bot for you? Let's get straight into it, and right now, you can see a site list. I have had to blur one site on here, and that is because this is a super secret low-key site that unfortunately I cannot say. However, it's safe to say Earthside is killing this site, and they do not want to get it clipped, and that is why it's blurred out. But as you can see, they have a pretty strong site list, and immediately, I'm going to say Earthside should be considered when buying an EU bot with the likes of Flare, Thunder, even Mirage. It's definitely one of the best performing bots. However, it's definitely more EU focused than UK. But nowadays, everyone's using a reshipper. If you don't have a reshipper, I've got a video in the corner, in that corner there, all about reshipping and what it is. But basically, if you're in the UK, these EU sites are still accessible to you. There's a little bit of a process, but do not be put off. This is a great bot. Now, the site this generally gets the most pairs on is Cli. I think that's how you pronounce it. That might not be totally correct. Cli, whatever. Cli, I think, is good. But this thing absolutely destroys Cli. Now, why Cli is generally a good site to go for is because it is regular restocks. And it normally restocks every Wednesday. It actually didn't. Today is Wednesday. But it didn't restock because it's like in between New Year's Eve and Christmas. So that's why I didn't restock. But it's always good to kind of plan ahead if you're going to buy a bot and know what site it generally does best on. Weekly restocks, that's perfect. So even if there isn't a drop, you're always going to have something to run for pretty much every week, which is perfect. As you can see, we have this here. It is a Cli interface, which is command line interface. So let's say we wanted to run ASOS, it's 1. So select the option, we click it, we type in a 1 on our keyboard, and that takes us to where we can start our task. It's literally as simple as that. And then from there, we can go ahead and start all, or even over at SKU. That's great for quick tasks or anything. But this bot has so many features. I just want to start that little intro off like this because this bot is crazy. And honestly, I think this could be your next EU bot. So this is what it looks like when you're actually in the folder. Because it's CLI, you don't have the GUI interface. Everything is done through here. However, with this bot, that is not always true because they have a few sneaky things that I'll show you later near the end of the video. But generally speaking, the bot, it's similar tasks like Flare and just general CLI bots like that. So let's go and open up a Foot Asylum task, CSV, just to give you an idea. Now, Foot Asylum is actually a UK site. So this is a great example if you're in the UK of what you should use. On the first line of the CSV, we have profile. Now, to do this, you need to head over to the profiles folder and set up your profiles. This is an amazing feature because it means instead of having to keep on repeating all your jigs or your card details, have them separated, you put them in the profile CSV once, and then they're ready to be used again throughout the bot. So this could be your German address, your reshipper's address, your UK address, all the different card details. So for our profile, let's say I've created a profile called George 1. We could also have maybe George 2 and George 3. That's a perfect example of just 3 profiles that you could simply use in a bot and type it in there. Now, SKU or URL, this is what you'll get from your cook group, or Earthside will sometimes post it. Foot Asylum nowadays is a lot of just restocks in general, so you don't actually have to put anything in here, or you could just put a 1, for example, and then when it comes to running it, like it said on the ASOS at the start, you could just overwrite the SKU or link, paste your link in, press enter, or you could alternatively use quick tasks. Now, going on from size, this is where you want to put random. Now, delay is done in seconds in here, so normally in a bot, when you'd put 4,000, you don't want to do that. You just want to put 4, and that would refresh the page. That would be the delay. It would be a 1 second delay, which would be pretty good. Payment method, you've got CC is really the best for Foot Asylum, so you could use CC or PP, that's for PayPal. And then proxies, this is great. So instead of having to select your proxies when you're actually creating the tasks, you could put this here. So here you could do DCs, because let's say you're in a DCs TXT. You put your proxies, by the way, in the proxies folder found here. So here I've got proxies TXT, but we could also add in, let's say we had DCs, we could also add in resis. And if you're looking for any residential proxies, check the description. And we've got loads of residential proxies at the moment. At the moment, I'm using round proxies, and they're doing really well. They're kind of my go-to at the moment. Now, if we were to duplicate these tasks, what this would do is this would give us a mix of proxies, which is actually really good. You can't even do this in most GUI bots, and a lot of CLI bots, you don't actually get this choice of proxies. So for Foot Locker, which I know this supports, this will be really good. Really cool feature that actually looks quite simple, but can allow you to do a lot more than you think. However, Cli is our main site, so if we go into that, you can see I have 4 CSVs. Now, one cool thing about Cli is it is locked, so I can't run any test tasks. This is because they've got some secret source, some sort of bypass, some sort of good things. Because if you look at Earthside's Korea success. It is big. These guys seriously are the king of Korea. So if you're French, if you're German, if you've got addresses in really any of those regions, you want to have access to this bot because it is doing incredibly. Here's the profile CSV where you can put all your profiles in. As you can see, a lot of this will be blurred out, by the way, because it's just my personal information. But I've got German profiles from 1 to 20. This is because I've been running this on Korea DE, which is a German-only site. So I've just been using that. One thing you also need to know for Korea, you need accounts. That is why there is an account gen folder, perfectly made for all your Korea accounts. This does actually work at the moment. Throw all your information in there and this can gen. Now, I don't want this to just come across as a Korea-only bot. This does really well on other sites, but I want to emphasize the power Korea has because not many bots do support it. And the bots that do support it don't do very well on it. This is the killer. This is the king of the site. Another cool site supported is Zalando. Now, one of the reasons why I like Zalando is you need cartable accounts to do it. Now, there's a lot of controversy around cartable accounts, but if you can get yourself a cartable account, a few accounts, this can be really good because it's got that higher entry level barrier. It can be a lot easier to get more pairs because not as many people are going for it because they simply can't. It requires that little bit more money because you need the bot and the accounts. There's a lot more limiting factors. It can be highly successful if you do want to go for it. And of course, Earthside supports it and does really well on it. Now, another cool feature within Earthside is the monitor mode. Now, this is like in only a few limited bots. I think Flare has something like this, but not to this degree. And this is the keywords monitor mode crazy section. And this is for all of these sites, you can input special keywords that this will then refresh the site for on this delay, and it can then start specific tasks for you. And this is getting some crazy complex level. They've obviously got the whole written guide on it, so this won't be a perfect explanation, but essentially we could put the keyword, you might not want to do this, but, and I'm not sure if this is super right, but we could put like the keyword dunk, or it might have to be plus dunk. So that hypothetically could work, but it's probably best to use PIDs in this case. So I don't know the ASOS PID for the dunk, but let's just say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can use this for any other sites. So Offspring would also be a good one for just general restock, same for SNS. Now size, we'd obviously want to go random. Delay, you can set to whatever you want. Quantity, let's run 5 tasks. Profiles, again, what's really cool is you can run multiple profiles within this. So we could have DE1, DE2, DE3. We could then go for PayPal, and then proxy list, we could want to go for our DCs.txt. This is just a really cool system of where the bot can keep on running, and all you got to do if you want to run this, once your bot's open, type in 20, which is monitor mode. This will then open up a capture harvester, and it will then start running your monitors and just keep on going through this. It's great if you just want to leave this open throughout the day. See if you can potentially get a few pairs, pick a 1, 2 up here and there. It's a great option, especially for random restocks on sites like Offspring. Now, this is the bot's capture harvester, and I just want to say, take a second to appreciate the GUI just on this. And all you have to do, if you want to open it, is click it, and you can start harvesting captures. Now, I've been teasing it, but now it's time to get into the really, really cool features. Use its dashboard monitor mode, which is crazy. This opens up, which might just look like a normal dashboard, but actually you'll start to see is a portable GUI for this bot, which is so cool. So you can actually use this on your phone. There's a mobile app for it, but I'm just going to show you an example on the computer. So basically, you can go ahead, put in a link for a Footlocker thing. So let's just say 1, 2, 3 for now, and set the sizes and essentially whatever you want. This is really just brisk setup quickly, but you put in the website mode, URL, size, delay, profile, and even the credit card payment. You can then set the quantity. You can then create these tasks, and then if we close that, you can then go ahead and press start all and run these tasks on the CLI, and you can do this all from a mobile app, this website, if it doesn't support it. This means you could be on a school computer, logged into your Earthside dashboard, running your bot, while this could be on a server, and essentially it has a GUI. This is one of the coolest features, and look, we can go press and stop, and that is nearly instantly stopped these tasks. And it's so cool. Now, it's not perfect. There's not like an edit feature. But come on, who's really complaining when you can create tasks on the go as fast as that? Now, this will have a default proxy settings, which is all configured within the settings and similar to quick tasks. But I just think it's so cool that they've incorporated this feature. And I do not know another EU bot that has a dashboard wireless GUI task creator that works this well. And this is done all through Discord authentication. So if I go up here, you can see that as me and Discord. And I think you guys should really consider getting it because this has features like no other bot in the EU. It supports crazy amount of sites. It has an awesome features like this, which I think people just don't know about, which is frustrating. So if you've enjoyed, be sure to like the video and comment down below if you're going to be considering buying Earthside, what bots you're even considering buying at the moment. And I will see you in another video.